was little weak, but because of so much effort the general business put in, we have the strongest sales team in the world from the organ needles. So let me introduce a little bit of myself. My name is E. Taka. And E in English is good, and Taka is your currencies. So my name is Good Taka. I will bring you the benefit today to you. Let me introduce the young guys from the Organ Needle Japan.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining this seminar, and I'm very happy to meet you all at this event. My name is Oyanagi Hiromasa. My nickname is Hiro. You can call me Hiro. It's like the same pronunciation as superhero. So I will try to be your hero. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum. Kemonachen. Marwachi. My name is Reiya Yamaguchi of Organ Needle Japan. Please call me Reiya. But pronunciation is when you sew the garment, you put many garments. So 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. So please remember same as layer. Okay. Nice to meet you.
So now the presentation is going to be started. The first, I will speak slowly in English, and if you have some trouble understanding the English, Mr. Ishan is here. He will give you the benefits for assistance. Okay, let's start. This is the organ office. And here is the flower on the trees. This one is taken in April and May. This is the very famous flowers. We call it the cherry blossom. And now, first, I'd like to introduce a little bit about health and the profit. So how are you? Fine. Well, every time you are going to ask how are you, you are replying fine. But to say that, I think you are doing something special to keep your health condition better. Maybe you eat less oil, you sometimes do exercise, or walk, or sleep well. But do you care about air you breathe? What about water you drink? You are breathing all the time, 24 hours, 360 days in a year. If you stop breathing, you will be dying. What about the waters? How many times you drink water in a day? Maybe you drink a lot of the times. The water is also necessary for our bodies. So, how do you keep air and water clean? The answer will be SDGs, the sustainabilities. Right now, many of the European and American and including also Japanese buyers, they have concern about the SDGs. And your factory now the main focus is tend to be SDGs, I think. Actually, the apparel, this industry is the second largest industry affect to the environment. The first is the oil industries, second is the apparel. This industry is known as mass productions, mass consumption, and mass disposal. This is the numbers, how much waste we're actually after the productions. 80.9 million tons. This is the number in the apparel industries we produce and we dump it. This is the cruise ships. Actually, you cannot imagine how big 80 million tons. Compare the biggest cruise ship, 370 cruise ships of the amount we are actually dumping. And the carbon oxide emissions, we're in second place. The 10% is consumed for the airs, and it is actually 2.1 billion tons. And what about the waters? If you look from the Earth, if you look the Earth from the universe, the Earth is covered by the waters. It seems like it, but drinkable waters is only 0.01%. And when you are going to produce the one T-shirt, growing the cottons and dyeing, all over the process and completed, you need 2,700 liters of the water is necessary for one piece. This is for only one piece. What about the denim? 10,000 liters is necessary. So this is the aim. We have to reduce CO2 emissions and reduce wastewaters. The key to the aim is reduce loss, accelerate recycle, introduction of organic materials. Okay, let's study about what kind of the commitment the apparel buyer is making. Like H&M, 100% of materials and the production to be recycled or sustainable, sourced by 2030s. Most of the apparel buyers, they are set up the goals for the sustainability. And if you have to achieve their goals, you have to do something. Establish eco-friendly productions. Maybe you have to invest so much money into the production systems. Like right now, the dyeing system using so many waters. So you have to change to the new system. Maybe the spray dyes, which use less waters, but you have to use so many investment. If you cannot follow their goals, and actually the buyers right now pushing you the price reductions, you have to reduce the price to achieve the buyer's goals. If you cannot meet the demand you are going to lose the orders. Fabrics, thread, and accessories. Which will lead you to the difficulty of the sewings. And it will accelerate difficulty to achieve their quality requirements. And you cannot meet the delivery on time. So, right now, you can see this is the needles. All of the needles, actually we have 5,000 items of these single needles. And all needles have basic qualities. And I will introduce 3 important qualities for the sewings. The first is straightness. Second is the broken style. And the third, the surface smoothness. The first one, straight needles. When you purchase the needles and then you open the packet and you take out the needles, this is very new needles. And most of the people believe that the needles are straight, right? Actually, to produce the sewing machine needles, it's starting from the stainless wires. We cut it. After cut, we press, we cut, and sometimes we have to polish. And after that, heat treatment is there. After all the process, needles tend to be bent. And the organ needles, we have the technologies to make the needle back to straight. And what we did for the measurement is, here is the organ needle. Sample A, B, C. We compare the straightness of the needles, just taking out from the bucket. Our needles, how we measure the needle is, we put the fixtures and we hold the needle here on the shank areas and we rotate the needles, rotations. If the needle tip, the bended tip of the point is moved like this, and if the needle is straight, the tip of the point does not move so much. We measure how much the distance from the center, and the organ needles have 0.036. This is average. And sample A, 0.074. So needle is bended double the numbers from the organ needles, and the others are more actually. So mechanics, they are going to make the adjustment at the start. Take out the needles from the new package, and you are going to install into the sewing machines. And the mechanic will adjust the timings here. This is just one needles, okay? And after the productions, you have to replace the needles. And if the needle is bended in this way on the scarf side, the hook or looper maybe hit the needles, and the broken needle will be happen. On the other hand, if the needle is bended on the other way, skip stitches happens. This trouble can be avoided with the straight needles. The next one is the broken style. This is the style of organ needles. And we took the pictures when the needle breakage just happened, this is the comparison with the sample A. Okay, the organ needle breakage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And the other brand, sample A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. If you look closely to the pictures, ours, when needle break happens, the big parts are going to be spread. But with sample A, those can be found, but the small pieces, those pieces are also going to be spread, and these are less than 1.0 mm. If the parts are less than 1.0 mm, metal detector cannot be found. So the organ needles tend to be in bigger pieces. The next one is the surface smoothness. You see this picture, this is the needles lined up. And we put the strings in the needle eyes. This is the old style of the productions. We are not using this process anymore. We have invented the new styles to polish inside of the needle eyes. Only organ needles care about the inside of the needle eyes. Let's compare. Weak inside is very smooth. Sample A has the little dot you can find. Sample B, compared to the organs, looks similar, but has a little bit of the dot. The sample C is so much absent. This is the test made by Juki. What the Juki is trying to do is they are going to evaluate which needle brand is most suitable for their sewing machines. And here is the upper thread, and here is the black line. What they are doing is they are checking how many times this black part is coming into the needle eyes and coming back. Can you guess how many times? You just see the motions. Please raise your hands if you think maybe 10 times. Okay? Oh, can you guess? 9 times? Okay. What about like 30 times? Is there anyone? 30 times or more? Okay. What about 50 times? Maybe not. Okay. Maybe less than 50, you think? Actually, 50 times. Coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. And this is another experiment. The needle is here. Here is the needles, and then the thread is going to needle eyes, and they put the weight, 100 grams, and they are counting how many times they can use the thread until the needle and the thread breakage happen. And this is the numbers we informed. Organ needles 232 times. Sample A 45, sample B 219, and sample C was 67 times actually. And see, the smooth surface reduce the thread breakage or thread damage. You can tell the surface. Okay, so the basic quality of the needle, the important thing is straight needles, broken styles in the bigger pieces, and smooth surface. And let me introduce the new inventions of the regular needles from organ needles. Actually, we spent 4 years for these inventions. And if the needle manufacturer fix the specifications at once, we never change. We produce and deliver the needles with the same styles. However, we invented, this is the concept of the organ needles, tough and delicate technologies. Best stitches in 360 degrees. What that means? We call it these needles in all in one. Everything into one single needles. Increase the safeties of your operators. Increase the productivities. Increase the easy to solve. But how and why? Now, there is two trends in the market. One is sewing automations. Second is the comfortability. What is the sewing automation? This is the current. Stitching in one direction. This is the main in your practice. And this is the automations. The table is moving 360 degrees. So that means the sewing automation makes the needle has to be strong in 360 degrees. Before, only one direction, but right now, 360. And the second, comfortabilities and sustainabilities. The apparel buyers right now pursue the comfortabilities. To do that, the yarn of the fabric is going to be thin and sensitive, which is easy to break by the pressures or sometimes by the needles. And what about the sustainabilities? Your textile may need to be recycled or organic. The recycled materials or organic materials, it's very sensitive, it's easy to break. Also, it will give you so much difficulties of the soils. So let's see the videos, what we have invented. This is the wonderful example of UI 128. We are